the new inhabitants of this garden. Pew pew! We have the one who is drinking, Pew Pew, Ginestra, and the one in the back, Lotta. Hello, Lotta! Pew pew! They're goslings. Then we have the garden in all of its glory. I recently planted tomatoes, different varieties, with basil. It's looking a little bit sad. And tagete or marigold. And here we have lots of chard, different type of chards. Then more zucchini. That's soon going to be harvested. This is an old cow manure that my neighbor brought us, I think, back in October last year. Here we have a little bit of a mix. By the way, hello. My garden, for those who've never been here, hello, hi. My name is Martina, and we live in this area in the central Italy on the hills, and I'm a firm believer and supporter of wild gardening. So I love to let wild plants do their thing while also including cultivated plants. So my garden looks very biodiverse and wild. And yesterday I planted 2 mulberry trees. This is black mulberry. It's called gelso nero. Let's see the scientific name, Morus nigra. And I planted it here. I wanted the garden to also be shaded because this is the land, and we have forests all around, but not in this big field. So we recently fenced the garden. I made the majority of the fence and the little gates there. That's the house. And we fenced it so no dogs and chickens are allowed in. But these ladies, yes. The geese, yes. Because they love grass and wild plants. And yes, sometimes they also eat some of the veggies, but not that much. Look at this. My goodness. Nigella damascena, I think it's called. This plant. And then I planted another mulberry tree there. And yesterday I also planted there. Let me show you. Hello! Pew pew! Pew 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 pew! Pew pew pew! Pew pew! Scusate, posso? Yesterday I planted also, this was a cutting of a weeping willow tree that a friend gave me. And I have 2 more here, or 3 actually, 1 and 2 that I want to plant. And also this one that needs to be planted because it has all of these beautiful roots. Just have to find like a perfect spot for it, for him or her. This is the compost area, a little bit messy. And here we have an attempt to grow the 3 sisters. But anyhow, I planted a willow here next to this bed because I want to create shade around here. But anyhow, here there is an attempt of growing the tree sister. Three, not three, three sisters. I planted from seeds these beauties. These are sunflowers, different varieties. And then I really wanted, I also planted from or sown these beauties. These are a variety of beans that a man up in the north of Italy gifted us, but they're not doing super well. And we have zucchini, we have very little corn that is not growing much. Basically the three wow. The three sisters are three plants. I think they're very famous in permaculture. There are three plants that are growing really well together. Zucchini kind of grows in the width, like lengthwise, can you say that? Widthwise. And it kind of covers the soil and creates some shades on the soil. And then the corn or the sunflower grow in height. So then the beans can climb the corn, and the beans are nitrogen fixers. So they all help each other. But anyhow, then we have, this is not really a proper garden tour because it would be going forever, but we have a lot of yarrow growing wild here. I let it because yarrow is teaching me so much about boundaries and beauty. And here we have this. I planted it on my birthday. Variety Noah, and is a grape. And I wanted to climb the fence here that we made. And then I planted this baby. It's a clematis. Don't remember the species name. It's genus clematis, I think. And it just bloomed. Look how gorgeous. And this is supposed to climb, and is climbing too. It's supposed to climb the fence. I wanted to kind of like take over the fence, climb around. That part of the garden, that's an artichoke plant, that's an apple tree, but that side is full of perennials, helicampaign and valerian, and then we have root, a different motherwort there. This is the attempt to grow the three sisters. This is the garden from this perspective. I need to organize that area because I really don't like the static of it, but basically it's a compost area. We have also another compost there because the garden was also going this way before I put the fence here. Now it's just a beautiful wild flower patch, and that is a that is a compost bin that we created, where we dumped a lot of our leftover veggies and our poo and pee. And now there is amazing, after 2 years, there is amazing compost coming from there. And more yarrow. Yes, so Mita emoji. Mita emoji. Hello. Hello, guardians. Okay, thank you for joining me on this little video, gardening tour section, whatever. And yes, stay tuned because my website is coming, our website, We Grow Wild website, with all the offerings and the writings, the musings, and my creative sharings and expressions are coming on the website, and it's slowly being built. It took us months because Mike coded it from scratch, and I'm very grateful. It took a while, but it's coming, so stay tuned if you're interested in reading about my musings and yeah, getting supported, following our processes, and yeah, there will be some offerings coming. So yeah, thank you for watching.